Dang, that kind of sucks. It ruins the whole project.
It's not gonna work because V-Tuned is saying it's nearly gonna be impossible to repair. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we are here at the new Goon Squad garage, and today we're gonna continue working on our brand new build, the 2019 Lamborghini Urus. And as you guys seen in the previous video, we ended up jumping into that interior and dropping that headliner. And we found some more damage up in that roof section, which we kind of expected that because as you guys can tell, this pillar right here has got some pretty nasty damage right there. So we kind of just found that and we weren't too surprised. But the main damage that we're gonna focus on today is gonna be right here. This is where it took most of the just lick right here. Literally, I don't know what happened, we never figured out, but it took a huge impact right here. But honestly, it doesn't look like it's too bad because like look at this inner skin right here. It actually looks like it's pretty good. The main damage is like this outer, or this is like the middle skin right here, right? There's an outer, middle, and this is the inner right
just
here,
like a wheel well area. I mean, it shouldn't be too difficult. We already took off one panel, which opened that whole wheel well up, and that's pretty much the next thing that we got to pull off.
Exactly. We're gonna pull off all these damaged pieces right here and basically prepare our parts car to get like thrown onto here, or that quarter panel and also these pieces right here. And I'm super happy that we bought that parts car right there, which I said it was like $20,000, but after calculating it and looking at the invoice, it was actually $24,000 with that roof. And I'm super happy that we actually got it with that roof because we need some measurements because we're gonna be pulling this pillar section and also that pillar section, and we gotta know the distance between pillar to pillar in order to have it in OEM spec. So I'm super happy that we paid that $4,000 extra just to have a little bit of that pillar, that way we can measure the top.
Yeah, 100% correct. And we're going to be using the roof as well from corner to corner to measure this roof. That way we get everything perfect.
And we got some pretty big news about what we're going to do with this roof right here. We're going to tell you guys that a little bit later because this is our main focus right now. So I say we go ahead and bring in some more drill bits, some more tools and all that good stuff, start popping this stuff off and preparing for some new stuff. Alrighty guys, so there you have it. We finally popped off all the damaged inner structure pieces right here, and it came off in 3 pieces. We wanted 1 unit, but you know what? This aluminum just rips and tears, and that's just how we got it off right there. But look at this, man. There is a little bit of damages here and there, like that little kink right there. It's gonna get pulled out with the frame machine. But look at this glue back here. I don't know if that's crazy glue, purple glue, Elmer's glue. What kind of glue is that right there, dude?
I don't know. That's some kind of panel bond right there, but it's not as strong as a panel bond that we use because with like a couple seconds of heat, it just pops right up, dude.
I'm telling you, it's so amazing. Like when you heat that up, it literally, you can hear it like start cracking or whatnot. It just
pops open, dude.
It pops pretty much off right there. But man, you'd be surprised what some panel bond and some rivets can actually withhold. They're doing it on a Lamborghini Urus, dude.
All these newer cars are just glued together, dude.
A bunch of little just panels glued together, and this is what you get, a super strong structure. But
and light car.
And a super light car, exactly. But anyways, that's pretty much it for that. We're gonna focus on that damage a little bit later. We got a lot of work on our hands over down yonder. We gotta literally pop off this whole entire skin as 1 unit. And I think all we're gonna do is just try to get this skin and try to mock it up over there. That way we could kind of do a little bit more mocking up and kind of do some more pulling.
Yeah,
we don't wanna Go ahead, I'm sorry.
In order to do framework, you gotta have this off right here, 100%, dude.
Exactly, yeah. We're not gonna remove any structural pieces because we want this to actually stay nice and rigid. That way we can still take those measurements and take it over there and make sure we pull it out properly. Sir. But right now, I think, what are we gonna do? Run to the store, buy out all the drill bits?
Dude, I mean, for real, dude, all these rivets, they're super tough. I think they're like high strength steel. So in order to drill like 10 out, you're done 1 drill bit, dude.
Exactly, it's so crazy how fast those drill bits go. But you know what? We might buy all all the drill bits, all the drills, all the rivets, everything.
They sell special tools to pop these rivets out, but you know what? That's thousands of dollars for just one tool.
Exactly.
Dude.
We're gonna definitely invest into stuff like that a little bit later, because with these futuristic cars, the way that they're built, dude, you gotta have this stuff in order to get this stuff repaired with speed.
Yes,
and that's
sir.
what we're all about. So what we're gonna do is actually order that stuff and let it come in. We actually got some pretty crazy stuff already on the way, but as right now, we're gonna work with what we got. We're gonna pull this sucker out over there and hopefully pop off some skin. My goodness, guys, we have been going at this parts car right here trying to peel off the skin for the past what, dude?
Dude, probably like 8 hours, dude, honestly,
I'm telling you, literally all day, but you know what? We are moving right along, and I did notice that this one is a little bit more difficult than that one over there for some reason,
I think it's a different year model. I think it's actually, it's actually a 1 year newer, 2020. That one's a 2019, so they might have upgraded a couple rivets, because some of those rivets, dude, I mean, the drill would not go through them at all,
dude. The drill bit was one and done. We've been going through so many drill bits here and there.
We had to even pop some of those suckers out, dude. We just popped them out with a pin, and that's it. That's how we had to do it. But you know what? We made a lot of progress. We got all the bottom ones. We got all these side ones around. We got all the flaps flapped open, which we had to be very careful to get these, because you know what? We're going to reuse this. We want it to look OEM when it's done. And all these little screws right here, these flow screws, I believe that's what they call them. That, I mean, those suckers, we don't have a tool for this, dude.
That was so tough right there. Literally, we spent probably like 2 hours getting this off, because you can't just put like a 12mm socket on it, because it's kind of like smooth around the edges. So what we had to do was sharpen our vice grips, apply a bunch of pressure down and snap it in, and then loosen it up, and then you can hit it with a 12mm,
dude. Those are super tough right there. They're actually made to save weight. I don't know how, but they are tough. We're gonna have to see if we can find a tool for those.
We will definitely, but hey, we made it all the way to the back end over here, and this right here, I do not know how they expect you to exchange a quarter panel.
I don't know, dude. It's crazy, because some car manufacturers, they will have like ways to change a quarter panel and stuff like that. This one, I mean, you have to peel this open. You can't take it off right here, because there's actually hidden rivets behind there. So I don't know what Lamborghini was thinking. I guess they just peel that open and peel it back, I guess. I don't know.
I guess so. Or you probably have to buy a quarter panel from the factory or something like that.
Yeah, and it's probably already bent open and you just bent it shut. So, I mean, all we got left is basically all these spot welds around this rear section, and this thing is just coming off, dude.
Yep, exactly. And also, V-Tuned is going to come out tomorrow, because he's going to give us some advice. Of course, V-Tuned knows how to work with this type of stuff.
Yeah, and we want to call him out here because of this roof situation that we're having, because this roof is lasered, welded, whatever it is conjoined. And we talked to a lot of people that have worked on Uruses and stuff like that, and they're saying if we can save the roof, don't replace it. And that's what we're planning on doing. We're planning on splicing into that old piece right there.
Exactly.
Dude.
They're telling us do whatever it takes to save that roof because it is nearly impossible to replace it. And we're just going to probably just splice it in just about right there,
we're
right?
Gonna try to straighten all this out, try to save all this. I mean, this ain't too bad. It's just body work, guys. So it's better to do this than to replace the whole roof and just get in a whole mess of different problems, honestly.
So yeah, this would just be pretty easy. I think just aluminum welding right here, and same for over here. Where are we going to splice it in?
Probably just splice it in right here. Super simple stuff right there, I think. You know what I mean?
I think so, but you know what? I guess we're just going to probably wait till tomorrow until V-Tune comes out
and see what he says.
Alrighty, guys. So it is the next day here, and V-Tune came out bright and early this morning, and he's got some bad news for us.
It's gonna be a lot of work.
Oh my goodness. So our original plan that we talked about yesterday about splicing it in right there and right there is not going to work because V-Tune is saying it's nearly going to be impossible to repair aluminum because it's difficult to work with, ain't it?
Yeah, especially that right there. If it was just like a big old dent, it'd be a lot easier. But the fact that this is right here on this body line, it's gonna be near impossible to get that even near back to a good condition.
Exactly. And I think we got to pull this right here, and you noticed a little bit more damage. I know a professional frame guy is always going to notice excess damage. We got a little bit of a cracking in this piece right here, which honestly it may or may not be able to get saved. What do you think on that, dude?
It's a 50-50 chance. I mean, because you would have to pull this all off, give it a little bit of heating, and slowly pull it out. But usually right here on this aluminum, it's gonna crack.
Yep, exactly. So what you're recommending to us is basically popping off this whole entire roof skin, popping off this skin right here, and basically, hey, we got some bad news. We got some bad news. So basically kind of replacing this stuff right here onto here instead of actually just splicing it in right there and right there, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's your best bet. And I mean, replacing the roof isn't gonna be too hard or even pulling it off. It's simply just laser welded right here. Laser welded on that side. All you have to do is cut it, and then when you go to put it back on, they have structural panel bond, and you just glue it back on.
Yeah, so that's what he's saying is basically we're just gonna have to cut it along this laser seam right here perfectly, and then there's spot welds right there. Then there's I think a little pinch, I don't know what you call it, like some sort of bend of metal that connects around this sunroof area. We'll have to pop this sucker off, dude.
Might have to.
But we're first gonna test it on our parts car right here. Because if that roof is super difficult to pop off, then I think what we'll do is actually just save this roof and just splice it in right here, right?
Well, see, the one problem with that is this piece, in order to get back to factory spec, you have to remove the roof.
Ooh.
Because it rivets on underneath here.
Oh, the quarter panel. That's right. Dang.
I mean, what I would do is I would start with this roof, try taking this roof off, see how hard it is, rip it off, and then you'll know exactly how to get that roof off. 'Cause, I mean, that's a perfect condition roof.
True.
Because if you try it on that roof and you mess that roof up, then you're kind of just gonna have to sit here with this roof, and that's not really gonna be fun.
Wow, dude, we got. Oh, and another thing is we definitely got to pop out the dash, right?
Yeah, you have to. It's pushed in pretty bad over there.
What do you think about that, dude?
Gotta do what we gotta do.
Dude, this dash is one thing we did not want to pop out, but dude, if
you just look right here, you can see it starts splitting right there, and then if you look at the spot weld, you can see how far it moved from the original.
Yeah, and you can tell right here, there's a nice little kink right there. So we definitely got to remove the dash in order to pull it properly, which is going to be pretty tough.
I don't know why you guys are just trying to pull it out without removing anything, huh?
We tried to leave in the whole entire interior pretty much, but that's definitely not the case because we already removed a bunch. But you know what? I guess, hey, we might as well gut the whole entire thing, and we need to get a game plan together here. We need to really figure out what we're gonna do. Either remove that like V-Tune said, or we're gonna think about it right now, and then I think we're just gonna continue. But man, this is probably, what do you think? Would you say this is probably one of the toughest builds?
This is
like
gonna be tough.
The way that it's put together, right?
It's a lot more different than working with steel.
Yeah.
This is a lot of aluminum, like all this right here, or not this, but like everything that's panel bonded on, it's like panel bonded to aluminum, riveted. Like for instance, back here, this is aluminum, and it goes to steel, and it's just a bunch of.
Yeah, it's a bunch of like fun stuff, but just a big old like crazy Sudoku puzzle or whatever, Jenga puzzle. But anyways, we're gonna figure it out, and we're gonna hopefully get something removed.
We'll try.
Alrighty guys, so there you have it. V-tuned already took off and we kind of got a game plan together, and the very first thing that we got to do is basically take apart the rest of this interior. And we started with like the stuff that was already in the way, like the seats and also the sunroof right there, and a few little trim pieces in the rear as well. And the very last thing, which is going to be the hardest thing to take out, is probably going to be that center console and also that dash right there, because it looks so intricate in there. It's like futuristic, man. How are we going to take that sucker out?
It's like
You know what I mean?
everywhere. We've never even messed with Lamborghini dash. Our Huracan was pretty perfect. We had to mess with anything. This thing just has a bunch going on right there, dude.
If it's anything like the exterior of this car or like the body panels of this car or everything else, dude, it's gonna be tough.
Yes.
I already know, but you know what? We're gonna save that for the next video. As for the roof, this is the seam that we're talking about, or the pinch that we're talking about. Come up under here if you can. I think it's a little bit better to see. There's like the same flaps that are on the quarter panels right there. There's the same thing going on right here. And I think there's just a bunch of panel bond holding it on. And I think then it can just pop off. Of course, there's rivets up front and in the back. We're just gonna have to figure this out right here. So I think V-tuned is gonna come out in the next video, and he's just gonna assist us because, you know, he's already done stuff like this in the past, so he knows exactly what it's gonna take to get this to OEM specs.
Yeah, so he said we're gonna be doing some cutting, some popping, and some drilling. But dude, I have high hopes. It's gonna be better at the end because it's not gonna be that much body work if you think about it.
100%, yeah. If we do like splice it in right there like we were talking about, definitely gonna be a lot more body work. And same for this section right here. That's gonna be very hard to fix. But you know what, guys? That's gonna be all for today's video, guys. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Drop all your comments and thoughts down below. We'll catch you guys next time. Peace.